you doing? I'm Jerry the Snake Man, and today we were trying to attempt to feed the large Monocled Cobra that I have. In the past, when I've had to deal with him, with restraining him to help him with a possible little bit of a shed or something that didn't come off, I've always had my friend Chris, which is also a licensed handler, come over and give me a hand doing it. Well, today this guy, this snake here, usually takes the winter off and feeding. So every once in a while when snakes do that, I'll tube feed him a little bit, just to help him keep some body weight up. It's really not necessary to do, but I just like doing it. So today I decided I was going to try to do that, but I decided I was going to try to do that by myself, which, as you can see from the video, was a mistake. I should have had a second person here. I ended up having to abort and not do it. You know, sometimes you learn that it's better to tap out before you are knocked out or killed. So today I decided, you know, it was better to abort the mission and to put him back in this tank. I never did get to tube feed him. If I do try to tube feed him, Chris, you're going to be getting a call. You're going to have to come over and give me a hand. He's just too big, too powerful to try to deal with holding with one hand and the tube restraining him while you're trying to work with the other hand. But what I did was I did abort it. Didn't get the tube feeding, but you can see the fight that I went through. So to save this video, at the end of this video, there are 2 new snakes we've added to our adoption list. They're really cool snakes, so stay tuned and watch the last 2 snakes that just came in today. I thank you for watching, and if you guys do like this video, then give me a like. And if you want to see everything that we do, I mean, some of it's going to be stupid like today, not something I should have been trying. You know, click the subscribe button, and you know, not everybody's a genius, and I'm proof that I'm not a genius. So stay tuned and see what we got up. Thanks. Alright, today we're going to be tube feeding my big Monocled Cobra. It's been a while since he's ate. It is winter time, so he's noted to take time off, but I don't like it when they look like they might start to lose a little bit of weight through their winter fast. So I'm going to tube him in a restraining tube. Then I'm going to tube feed him and put him back. Now he's a big guy, so he's got a lot of power, so he's hard to deal with. So right now we're going to get him out of here, get him into a holding container over here, and then we're going to, once we do that, then I'm going to reposition the cameras so you can watch me get him in the restraining tube, and then you can watch me tube feeding. So he's not going to be happy today. So we take the lid off here. Right now he's still sleeping, or pretending to sleep. As soon as I touch him, he's going to go ballistic. There he goes. Just what I thought. And again, we're going to kind of move him forward. I want to be able to get my hand underneath his hood here. I'm going to get him to go down. I got my hand under his hood. Ooh, we went after that hand. Never goes after the hand that's holding those for some reason. I get him up and into this temporary holding container here. Get the lid on. Tail in there, and you can hear him. He's not very happy. Now we're going to reposition the cameras so you can watch me restrain tube him and then tube feeding. Okay, in this part of the video, I had set up 2 video cameras, and the one that I had set up over top of the temporary holding enclosure so you could watch me tube him actually shut itself down. I didn't realize that. So the other camera, which was set up and running so you could see where I actually tried to tube feed him. Picked up all the audio of it, so I'm going to go ahead and let you listen to it. You can hear how mad he was, how much he was huffing and puffing and growling at me. And what happened was, I even if that camera would have been stayed on, I do believe that most of that video wouldn't have been seen anyway, because I tried to tube him into temporary enclosure, but he was having no part of that. He was really fighting me. I ended up having to move over a little bit and jam the tube up against the wall so that I could eventually get him slid up into the tube. So I'm sorry that the first part of the next clip you're going to see is the first part that I'm getting him in the tube is all audio, but there is video with me trying to actually tube feed him, so just please put up with the poor quality there until the actual video starts to come up again. You'll see. Then eventually I just had to give up on him and put him back in his enclosure. And what I did with then is, because he was fighting me so much, I didn't have the hex armor gloves on or anything, so I just went back to his enclosure and I just put the restraining tube and him and just dropped it into his tank and closed the lid up, and then got the restraining tube out and a little later. So yeah, like I said, just put up with that. And again, stay tuned. After this clip, there are 2 more snakes that we have up for adoption that we're going to be showing you. Thanks. Alright, we're back. I'm just trying to pick out the best restraining tube for him, which is probably the biggest one I have right now. I'll have the next smallest size already waiting, just in case the tube I picked was too large. And now you're going to see me get him in a tube. Now if you listen, you can hear him huffing and puffing in there. He is very mad. So I need to get him up into that tube as fast as possible. I'm going to use the tube. He's not looking at me right now, which is good. Now he's looking at me. I'll try to get him into the tube on his own. I'll probably just keep backing down like he's doing. You can hear him, he's not very happy. If I can get underneath him here with my hand, and I'll get his head into the tube. He's definitely going to fight me. Like I said, he's a handful. So we're going to get that tube against something here. I'm moving him in there. Okay. Get one of the gloves off so I get a better grip on him and the tube. Get the other glove off. Now, getting farther into this tube. I don't know if you can see this because I had to take the fight somewhere else, and that's what happens when you're dealing with snakes like this. There's no plan of attack. You have to go with the flow. Now I got him here. He's trying to pull back, and I'm trying to push him forward. It's definitely a handful. Get him to open his mouth. The hardest part here is this should be 2 people. And he is, I don't have enough enough ability here to hold him and get him in here. What I need to do is I need a shorter tube, which I have right up here. He is really fighting me right now. I'm taking the next smaller tube I have. He's really putting up a fight. If I can get this smaller tube inside of here. There we go. Slide this down over him. He's really being a butthead. Alright, this is where we take the fight and we put him back. It's not worth it. Alright, so now I'm trying to save something out of this video. So what I want to do is introduce you to two new arrivals. This guy's up here on the handle. He just came in today as a rescue. Trying to sneak off on me here. This is a albino checkered garter snake. He's pretty small. He is up for adoption though, if somebody's interested. Hopefully they'll keep him for a while, fatten him up, let him grow a little bit. Very active guy, man, moving all over the place here. But very cool type of snake. I hope he's in the shot here. I like these guys. You can feed these guys everything from worms to fish. Sometimes you get them to eat pinkies. What I like to do is get some fresh fish from ShopRite that's not frozen or anything, and get it fresh, and I'll put in a little, chop it up, put in a little bowl for them, and they tend to like that. And also you can put in a little bitty like minnows or something for them to eat if you want to. But I love the checkered. And I'm not a big fan of albinos, but this albino checkered garter snakes are pretty cool looking. And this next one I got basically for free. He was 75% off, and I had some credit accumulated, some reward points, so I got him for nothing. So I picked him up and put him up for adoption. I don't know if I'm saying his name right, but he's a San Luis Potassiae king snake. I believe he's what's considered a mountain king snake, and mountain king snakes are really cool. Excuse me. They stay relatively small in size. They got awesome colorations to them. You can see here this guy, very docile, eats like a pig. I got him from my job. I'm the one that feeds him there, so I know he had 2 pinkies yesterday. But you can see his colors and his markings are awesome. He resembles a little bit like our eastern milk snake up here, but he's a mountain type of king. And like I said, he will stay relatively small. They normally don't get more than 2 to 3 feet in length, and they don't get very fat. But very pretty snake. And he's also up, even though I did technically buy him, I'm putting him up for adoption if anybody wants to adopt him.